Penis. Alright. Hi guys, welcome to episode 5 of Mental Dumbells. And today we'll be having a special guest other than Junior. Go watch the YouTube. And then, to see Junior. And then my name is Sian.
My name is Erison.
And today with us we have Josh. Hi Josh.
Hey.
Alright, so we met Josh over at I'm Pixel. During the event, there was an event, I forgot, there was a seminar about
Creative producing.
Yeah, creative producing.
Yep.
And like Josh was nice enough to come and talk to us, and like we met Leon and like some other great people. We'll try to get them on here, or like just follow us on our social media. We'll probably like post about them.
So the truth is, I'm actually the biggest fan of you guys, and I was like, oh my god, it's Mental Dumbells. I had to come over and pretend like I don't know. I'm kidding. I have no idea who these two guys are.
Yeah, because that point in time, I think we were only episode 1.
Yeah. No, but I mean, like, they're really nice people, and I know that like if you've been following the podcast for a while now, they've got like a warmth about them that is very immediate. You know, you and I mean, all of us, we meet people every single day. Like, we get in contact with people, we rub against people, brush against them, and I don't mean physically, but just like, you know, we meet people, and they come and they go, and it's never like an issue. But like, I think once in a while, like, your spirit just like, okay, continue this conversation. This is intriguing. You know, it's like you guys have that warmth about you, which is nice.
Oh, that's nice. Thank you so much.
I'm just saying that because you guys got me free coffee and carrier water,
Sparkling
water.
And we got Junior over here. Yes. Thank you, Junior. Yeah, so today we'll be talking about some interesting stuff. But before we start on anything, let's just start our ritual first.
Yeah, right.
Okay,
You're ready.
Ready?
Hey! We're supposed to do it at the same time.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, yo.
That is so strange that you guys are doing this. Everything is connected in life. Yesterday, I was editing a video, and I was looking for that sound that
really?
that's super satisfying. And there's a video, I kid you not, if you were to type can open sound, there's a video that's titled the most satisfying can open sound ever. It's just this guy who prides himself as the guy who like just opens cans really well, and the sound's always like beautiful.
Really?
ASMR, man, is taking over the world.
ASMR. Maybe
You know about it.
Yeah, the touch your head, then you can feel the sound like.
Yeah, exactly. Then always got this very hot girl over there, like.
I don't know what kind of messed up ASMR you've been watching. Mine's very PG.
Okay, back to the point. Okay, how we met was at the I'm Pixel. Then after that we went out for drinks.
Yeah.
Where I met like so many cool people. Kishan, Matt, the girlfriend, Cheryl.
No, Sian was just geeking out over Nathan Hartono.
Oh yeah.
And like you can see Sian just like point where I remember this in secondary school where I just decided to not curse for like a month. And then after that, the moment someone said the F word, it just cut like a knife. It just became really sharp. And you like right now I'm drinking kopi o kosong, right? So there's like black coffee, no sugar, no milk, nothing. Like when I was growing up, I always had like the typical iced Milo, syrupy drinks from the canteen. And the moment you stop sugar and then you just taste anything with like when I order kopi o kosong peng, sometimes they miss out one of the words and they add sugar or they add something to it, and you can taste it so distinctly. It just becomes so disgusting. You know, so like it's strange, but like I also don't want to not curse because you know once in a while, like what you said, the expression is there, and you just like. See, I can't even do it right now. Like, and you just say it, and like it just feels good, you know. So I don't know. I just do it in moderation because I just am aware that sometimes, as much as it will be an expression for you, other people may not use it that way, and they may hear it differently, and it can be a trigger word for them. So I just try to like stay away from the F word.
But now in the army, like every sentence has to be like.
Oh yeah, that was when it was really annoying because like everyone would just like curse for the sake of cursing. And I'm just like, do you feel like your rank is going higher the more like F words you drop? Because like now you're just saying F words in sentences that just don't make sense. And they want fucking chicken rice with extra fucking like chili. Fucking sit down now. Oh my god.
Okay, wait, what were we talking about?
Let's get back on track.
Camera's rolling?
Yeah.
Yeah, camera's rolling.
Hey!
We were talking about what?
I don't even know.
No
See,
way.
this is the great thing about film. You can roll it back.
We're talking about mental health. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
okay.
right.
How Singaporeans have the film company.
Oh, right. Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, so the commercial tugged at the heartstrings. It was I think it was like 2 or 3 Singaporeans who are recovering or have recovered from like depression and anxiety. I think those are the ones brought up.
Yeah.
And they're sitting down having coffee with another Singaporean, and he's like, I want you to read this for me, you know, and it's a letter, and you can see the person who there's one guy even said, wow, siao, these people,
Yeah,
you
the
know,
uncle.
and like unaware that the person that he's saying that to is someone who has recovered from it, you know, like. And now the guy's like, I want you to read this for me. And then you can see them crying and everything. But like a part of me is also kind of like, it works. But then you're kind of manipulating and trapping these people into these, like, you better feel for me because you don't know. Because it's like, I don't know, like, I mean, you enjoyed the commercial and it definitely tugged at your heartstrings and it worked for you. Just like for me, it was like, I don't like to be treated like a little specimen. You know, like a little subject that you can just be like, hi, I am gay. Do you know that I'm a normal person? That I can sit down and have a coffee with you? You know, like, is that what it will take for me? I don't know. I mean, I'm not, like, first of all, I just need to say, me being here on this podcast does not mean that I know all the answers. I'm just gonna share what my opinion is, I think there is I listen to a lot of podcasts, which is why I came onto this show, because I just respect anyone, especially in Singapore, who's willing to do a podcast. I think now more than ever, you have the resources to do that, to create your own platform, to have a little mic set up and 2 lights in a bedroom right now. You guys can't see it. And we're recording audio through an iPhone.
Yeah.
You know, and like we know what it was like when we didn't have these things. I mean, we're not like 10 years old where we grew up with already an iPhone around. You know, we knew how difficult it was before. And now suddenly everything is here, you know. So, but I also think there's like a level of, and I need to say this on the podcast for whoever who's listening, there is a responsibility for the audience member as well, to yourself, to listen to what we're saying and be like, do I agree with it? And will it spur a conversation with myself about what's been said on this podcast? So I just gotta say, not everything that I say is completely like my word is not law.
Yeah.
My word is not law.
Neither ours.
Okay. We're just here to just hang with you and
It's just like a conversation within.
As like our bio says, we are just couple of guys who just want to talk
and I think
learn more
that's so important, right? Because I had like a rough day yesterday, and I just like I found this podcast and I was just listening to it, and after a while it just felt like someone was there, you know, and I just felt better. Like I just noticed myself and I felt better. I may not have like understood everything that was said in the podcast, but like it felt like I just needed to hear someone's voice rather than just a song all the time. Because I'm always playing a song. I've always been like playing music on my phone. Now more than ever, I'm just playing a voice.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
It just feels nice to have someone, but yeah, we don't know everything. We are trying to like. The reason why we are here is to share experiences, not give advice. Like what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, but we still want to give you guys a value when you listen to the podcast or like watch the video to bring something back. Like maybe this will help you, you know.
Yeah, we're not just gonna hang around and say F words.
Yeah,
so
we can just like.
Alright, so what did you guys actually want to talk about today? Because I feel like we've not even got to that point yet.
Okay. Wait, but we need to give a backstory of who Josh is.
Oh yeah.
Oh right.
Yeah, because you guys been listening to him, but you have no clue how awesome he is. Because he is a radio DJ,
Yes.
right? At Kiss 92 FM, right?
Yeah.
Right. Kiss 92 FM. And he's awesome MC at the previous event that we went to is the Bohemian
So
Rhapsody.
sick.
Yeah, is at we held it at they held it at Hard Rock Cafe, and like the crowd was like kind of dead-ish, was it?
It was older like, it was quite
Yes.
old
But he was so amazing that he managed to make everybody have such a great time, right? With his enthusiasm and his energy, right? It was so good that it spilled over all the way to the crowd, and everybody in the end was like contributing, and everybody was raising their hands to answer all of his questions. It's like I've been to a couple of events, like a fair share of events, but like all the MCs are usually a little bit like lame-ish, and it's like very try-hard. But the problem is,
he makes it look so natural.
It's so natural. Like when we listen to him, right? The jokes that he made, the comments that he says, right, are all like so fluid, so just
So
nice
sick.
to listen to. I swear,
Really.
and it just makes you feel like you guys know everybody in the room. Then you just want to have fun and contribute. So it was really very awesome. Even though we don't know much people there, right? But in the end, it was a very fun day.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that he made us feel that like hey, like we have somebody that we can talk to and chill with. Like, you get what I'm saying?
Thank
Yeah.
you.
So we spoke to him off the camera, and he has shared with us a lot of like his own
Struggles.
setbacks, struggles and such.
Yeah.
So he said like we really have to get you on camera. If we cannot have a podcast with you, we'll take a phone and follow you all the way until like you whatever stuff that he drops, we'll just try to catch with our camera and our mic.
Yeah.
So like thank God he's awesome enough to come with us to this podcast. So you guys are really in for a treat for this episode.
Yeah.
Because like when it comes to personal struggles, when it comes to being mature about your decisions, when it comes to stuff that you really put a lot of thought into, right? This guy is the guy that you all should listen to.
Yeah.
Is my opinion that I think you guys will enjoy this episode a lot, because we want to dive towards mental maturity and stability in a sense.
Yeah.
Because he been through a lot. The struggles is extreme, and we would love to hear how he shares about all his stuff and how he deals with it. Because like one context is Xian, you shared with him this
Yeah.
morning.
This morning, wait, one more thing to point out before I go there first is that this is the guy that brought me onto the radio show. Like just like that, I went on his show, and like I still cannot thank him enough. It was so sick. Like so many people talk about
Well,
it.
you did great.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh yeah, and one more thing is like we always love to meet people who, you know, at the start, right, have like you don't need to put your guard up against someone. Like when you meet him initially, you know that like, hey, this guy is like he's just awesome and just gives, and it makes us feel that we also want to give back. It's like a positive and positive meet together. You get what I'm trying to say? So it just like the energy just connects. You don't feel like you're very tired after you meet him. It's like it's so rejuvenating after a conversation with him. So like we would love to continue with our podcast, but we need you all to know that how awesome he is. I swear, I should not.
Yeah,
That's
this
very
morning
nice.
this morning I had an hour-long anxiety attack, and like I was just thinking like today, like doing the podcast, like at that point in time afterwards everything, then I came to set up right. So I just thought like, what would you do in my situation? You have been shaking, you've been laying, you just woke up with the demon shouting at you, and then you just shake for an hour. What would you do to stop that? Like,
What would I do?
yeah, I was just thinking like, wow, what would just someone else do it for me? And I was just, what would
Maybe
Josh do?
in your context of like your own struggles, like the toughest thing that you experienced before, or the worst thing that
Like when you
come
have
across your mind,
this kind of
something.
stuff, you know, like when you have a breakdown, what you say? What you told me like prior to this is that you separate yourself from, have a conversation with yourself. But when you are shaking, what do you do to stop it?
I think that's a good question.
Yeah.
But it's a question that I want to answer with caution.
Yeah.
Because everyone's experience is different. Everyone's coping mechanism and go-to to get better is different. You know, and I mean, you're on medication. So I don't know if I mean, I definitely still think you should go see a doctor.
Yeah.
For that, okay? But like, I'm just gonna answer like for me, what I do.
Yeah.
Right. Whenever I'm in a situation where I get that panic attack, that meltdown, and it's not like triggered by anything.
Yeah.
That's the scariest part, right?
Yep.
Because yesterday, for me, it's there are triggers. For me, there are always, most of the time, triggers. For me, it's very often nightmares. You know, where most of the day I'm conscious, I'm looking at what's in front of me. I'm focusing on the present. I'm focusing on the now. Focusing on what I'm supposed to be doing at the very moment. And nightmares play on my complete unconsciousness. You know, it brings in all the things that I'm not ready to face. It springs it up on me and turns every character in that dream into a monster. You know?
Yeah.
Into the hyper version of whatever it is. If it's my mom, it's like mega mom. And like if she's saying something, it's yelling, and it's so intense. And I woke up and what I do is I journal my dreams. So when I wake up from something, before I forget the dream, I immediately write it down, or I record voice notes. So I have like a whole set of voice notes which are like recordings of my dreams. And I have to always remind myself that was just a dream. Where am I right now? I'm in bed. Did anything happen last night? No. I went to sleep. I was fine. I had dinner. It was a good dinner. I'm in my bed. It's comfortable. I like my bed sheets. I picked it out. It's gray. I need to shake this feeling off because this is not from the present. This is from the past, or it's from the future that I have no control of, or it's from this dream imaginary world that does not have a place right now, and I will not give this power. You know? Unless there's a serial killer right now in front of me that's causing this, you know? I should not be giving whatever this is that's controlling me right now power. Like, I just say you have no power over me right now. Because right now I'm alive, and I ought to be grateful for waking up in the morning. I ought to be taking a shower. I ought to be reading a book, you know? I ought to be playing my video game, or listening to a song that I like, or writing. I ought to be going out to get food that I enjoy. I should not be in this bed right now, being crippled by something that is invisible.
Yeah.
You know? And not even external, internal.
Yeah.
You know, there's nothing in this room right now that's causing this to me except myself. You know? And this is something that I picked up from Eckhart Tolle. He's a spiritual teacher. So I'm reading this book right now called The Power of Now. And his life changed when he was 29 years old. He's gone through a lot, and he woke up in the middle of the night and he was just like, I can't live with myself. And there was that realization there. I can't live with myself, which means there's an I and there's a self that I cannot live with. There's two. There's the conscious and the unconscious. There's someone that's me, and there's someone that's written with fear and attacking me right now. And this person is not me, but this person claims to be me, you know? And this person only cares about the past. And he plays up everything in your past to be monsters. And he plays up the uncertainty of the future as all these big demons that, oh, you will never be this, or what if this person never comes back, or this, or you're always going to be sad and alone, you're going to die in an apartment half eaten by dogs, you know, like it's, but where are you now, you know? And so like whenever I get to a point, and there's a long answer for that question, but like I just try to at least for a moment remind myself, where am I right now? I'm in bed. I should be grateful that I'm alive. And I want to be grateful that I'm alive. I should be going to take a shower right now. And whatever that's causing all this is not even here. So let me just push that aside and just focus on waking up in the morning and getting myself together. Now what can I do? Let's go get some food. Let's go drink some water. Let's go, what do I like? I like coffee, so I need to get my black coffee. That's fine. You know, do you want to call a friend? Call a friend. You know, do you want to just get yourself to where you know you're comfortable, where you're at your peace, you know, and get yourself there. And if you're there and it's still bad, go see a doctor.
I'm really taking meds, you know, like the antidepressants, the Xanax.
Right.
And the doctor said it's just like that one. I have to see therapy or just let the medicine take, because it takes a while for the medicine to kick in.
Right.
It calms down my adrenaline and brings up my something else.
Yeah.
Like it lets me take control of my body.
So that's the part where I don't want to speak too much on, because like, I mean, our levels, our emotions, like they go up and down, and all of us have different like calibrations of everything, right? And like I notice that I'm different when I have a cigarette and when I don't have a cigarette. I notice I'm different when I have a coffee and I don't have a coffee, or when I'm eating like a type of food that just doesn't make me feel good, you know, like I just don't like, I don't like oily, like gravy kind of foods, you know, more than just the actual calories, but because like when I was growing up, that was the kind of food I ate, which made me really fat, and it became like a trigger for me, you know, like, so it would make me feel like I'm back there again, you know, so I try to eat as clean as I can because I like to feel like I'm taking care of what I put into my body, you know, so my emotions change on different things, right? And if I play the wrong kind of song at that moment, it will send me down this spiral that I don't want to go to, you know. So like that was something that I texted you. I said like, you need to know what are the things that lifts you up, and just do all these things first. Go get a glass of water. You need to hydrate yourself. Did you get 7-8 hours of sleep? If you didn't, try to get sleep. You know, it could be you're not getting enough sleep, and then your body is just not coping well with it, and that's why it's bringing all these things. Do all these things, and if by the end of it, of really trying to get yourself to that space, if you've really tried and you're not there, go and seek help, you know. But I still think there's like a level of responsibility of trying to make sure that it's not because you didn't get enough sleep, or you didn't like eat the right food, you know, like just take care of self-care. It's very important. Like once in a while, if I feel like I need to go for a foot massage, I'll go for a foot massage, and then I feel better like 1 hour later, and then I walk out of the foot massage parlor, I'm like, yeah, $40 for a foot massage, ridiculous, but I do feel better, you know. And if it was, I mean, Singapore's like that lah, but like, and if it really was that big of a problem, the problem would still be there right after the foot massage. But very often after drinking water or getting my sleep or talking to a friend after a while or eating the food that I like, I go like, wait, what was I even like anxious about? Like I don't even remember anymore. You know, it's just that I ricochet between the extremes of like highs and low. I bounce all the time, and sometimes it will be nice to have a constant that I can just like paddle and like tread water, but I feel like I'm going up and down and gasping for air all the time and then like drowning, you know. So like sometimes you just gotta push yourself and train yourself to like breathe, tread water for a while, try. You really, really cannot, okay, let's get help, you know? But you've got to do something. You can't just lie there and just be like, oh, great, I'm fucked. Help, you know? Try.
So how does it feel now? Like, for you to handle it?
It's very strange. I want to just say, like, today is a strange day for me to do this podcast because I'm just like, I woke up today, I'm just like, wow, I don't have all the answers. You know, I don't have all the answers. I don't feel very inspiring today. Actually, I feel like my mind is plagued from a couple of things, you know, like I'm kind of dating someone, but then like I don't know if I'm dating this person anymore, and I'm very confused, and I just kind of just want to like sit somewhere and read my book and just be by myself for a while. But then I realized like I'm always never going to know the answers. You know, but like you're catching me right now. This is a time capsule for where I am right now today, on this date, you know, and some things don't change, you know, like the knowledge, the insight, some things just don't change, and then when you just talk, it just comes out, you know. I feel right now at this very moment, I feel like I know what to do ish. Like when I woke up from my nightmares, it didn't cripple me as long as it did before.
Oh, that's good.
Before it would drain me for hours, and and like something that I noticed about, so I'm noticing things about myself. I'm trying to like observe myself more now than ever. So like I notice whenever it gets bad for me, and everyone has a different bad, right? But you know when things are bad, right? So like for me, I notice that I can't open my eyes very well. It's almost like I'm looking through a fog. Like I noticed that when there's a squabble between my friends and I'm not really squabble. Squabble's like, I think squabble's a lot easier to deal with, but I think it's the dread of like, oh, something's not right. Is this person thinking this about me? Why is this person not texting back? Oh, I'm checking my phone, and I'm like, when I'm at that state, that anxious state, I can't open my eyes very well. And then when I'm very comfortable, like right now I'm very comfortable with you guys, and I feel like I'm in a good place right now. I can open my eyes big and wide, and it's not just the eyes, not just the physical eyes, but like my vision is clear, and I feel fearless in a sense, but I'm not like running around like throwing shit around, you know, like I'm present and I'm still, and I'm very comfortable in just being. But when it gets bad, I can barely open my eyes. I can barely, like, you know, like going out into the sun, I can... Oh, little doggy wants to chime in. So that to me now is my indicator.
Okay.
So when I cannot open my eyes, I'm like, okay, what's going on? What can I get you, Josh? You want some water? Do you want a timeout? You don't have to go for that thing later with your friends. Really, honestly, you could just say you need some timeout.
Yeah.
And you can go get your timeout. Go and do those things. I try not to rely on too many people, and that's something that I've been trying to tell you, right? Like,
don't put yourself too far, like, and then take care of other people.
Yeah, don't use all these different variables to pacify something that you should be dealing with yourself. Yeah. So like my happy place right now is just sitting at a cafe with some water and reading a book for this period right now. So I'm just gonna do that. Because I know when I do that, I'm fine. And I'm free from all the other things that plague me and hold me down. Because it's just me and a book. Completely harmless. And I'll wear comfortable clothes that make me feel good. I don't have to like overdress to try to please anyone or have to look pretty for anyone's sake. You know, and yeah.
But, okay, I think for Harrison's sake, he doesn't know what, like, he asked me the other day, like, this is a very good question, I feel, from my perspective, okay, he asked, like, what does anxiety feel like, right?
Yeah.
What is anxiety? Because, he pointed out that anxiety, everyone feels a different level of anxiety, like anxiousness, but maybe to him it feels like just like okay, but to me, I cannot take that amount of anxiety, and it's like getting drunk, right? Something like that.
Kinda. It's like how you feel anxiety and the magnitude of stuff is different for every individual, right?
Right.
So like for me, my definition of anxiety is just it might come across very wrong, but I would try to say it and try to rationalize it. It's like usually I find anxiety is always when I'm not comfortable with something, and I use it as an excuse to not do the stuff that I was supposed to do. For example, like if I'm out at a party, I would say like, oh, I feel anxious, I think I have a little bit of anxiety, but all in all, it's just the common process of you going to a place that you do not know everyone, and you use anxiety as an excuse to not put yourself out there. Because one in the context of this is like the time we were streaming live,
right,
and then one of my viewers said like, how do you deal with anxiety? Because she was going to go on a date,
right,
but she says she's afraid that she's unable to have a conversation and then make the date very very stale and just very boring.
Right.
So, but the thing is that I hang out with her once before. We went to the gym together because she stays nearby. So when I hang out with her, she was really very nice. Like we have a normal conversation, and I felt that there wasn't really much of anxiety at all. But it's a matter of whether it's comfortable or not comfortable.
Right.
You get what I mean? It's like I feel there is different cases. Like for example, his anxiety is that he will walk halfway, he really stopped in his tracks, then he just squat down. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Then he just have to breathe, and then he just like cannot talk to anybody, he just have to like collect himself. But like, I just feel that sometimes some people might offend people, but sometimes some people, including myself, use anxiety as just an excuse to not do the stuff that you're uncomfortable with. So that, like, I want a clearer explanation of how is anxiety like for y'all, so that people can really understand, like, and have this very good conversation with themselves, like, hey, do I really have anxiety, or am I really just because I'm not used to this scenario and I'm using anxiety just an excuse for me to say, hey, I think I got anxiety, and I don't have a conversation.
There is a difference between being anxious and having anxiety.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a huge difference between being anxious and having anxiety.
I think what he described was being anxious at a party. Like, that's a different...
And if we want to help this conversation about mental health, we cannot have just people claiming that they have anxiety, or if they're feeling down, I have depression. You know, Or you read like, or you watch 13 Reasons Why, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, I have suicidal like, just because it's a thought, you know, it's different when it comes back to you over and over again and it's your go-to, you know. That is when suicidal ideation becomes something that you start to fantasize about as your escape route. That's a problem.
Yeah.
You know, and anxiety, like what Sian describes, like I feel that, you know, where nothing makes sense.
Yeah.
And
everything just collapses.
You're having a conversation with a friend, or you're in the present right now,
yeah,
and everything is going fine.
Yeah.
And if you're actually looking at what is said, and looking at if there was subtitles for a conversation, and you're reading the subtitles, and there's nothing in that conversation that should cause you what you're feeling right now, but you're feeling it, and you're not in the moment, you're not in the present, you're not even really listening to that person because you're crippled by all these fears that just start to pull you down. That's different from I'm afraid to go out on stage with a microphone. And because I'm a little bit anxious, I kind of just don't want to do it. That's different. You know, and we all feel anxious when we go out on a first date, or when we're wearing something that we're not sure if people are gonna like our t-shirts, or it's too tight, or this and that. There's that, and you can get over the anxiousness, but anxiety is just, it's tough. I just think I really don't have all the answers, but I really feel like I think you should just ask yourself and check yourself. Like, look at the situation right now. What's causing this anxiousness?
Yeah.
If you can find the answer, then great. Maybe it's that. Try removing that. Yeah. Now, are you still feeling the way you are? And if you're already picking apart everything, and you're still this way, and you're realizing that the anxiety is coming from within you rather than a reaction from something else around you, then I think you have something to really go through, you know. So like I said, there's a level of responsibility that comes with yourself to like know what you can do to get yourself better. If you're anxious to go on the date, then ask yourself, maybe if today we didn't go to that fancy restaurant, if we just went somewhere comfortable, would that make you feel a bit better? Maybe. Let's try that. Or what if we just get to know each other and I bring a friend along? Like, I went on that date with that guy, and I brought Sian along for our first date.
Yeah.
For our first date. And I just brought a friend because I was like, I'm not in the place right now where I feel ready to go on like a nice sit-down date with a 3-course meal and then have a nice little walk home, you know? I want to just get to know someone and observe them, but also just enjoy being in their company. And there were so many like moments where I felt more attracted to my date just by how he was answering your questions, because you were talking and there were no like expectations, and there were nothing was played out. I felt comfortable.
Yeah. All right.
So we're back on camera. That's the bonus
Love
for you.
sparkling water.
Yes. Right. So if you heard what you said, like what we spoke about just now, and you are interested in like, if you think you have an issue or you need someone to talk to, like, I'm no expert, but you can drop us a DM at Mental Dumbells, or like our Twitter, Mental Dumbells, or Facebook, on our Facebook page. You can message us on our personal Facebooks or like our personal Instagrams. Anywhere you can find us. We are here. You are not alone, okay?
I feel like you guys should like try to find like an actual therapist and bring this person on the show.
Yeah.
I think that would be beneficial.
Okay.
Yeah, agree. Alright, just to summarize what we mentioned just now.
Can we summarize?
Yes.
Okay, just
I don't even know if we can.
his
but,
perspective and the what we feel like during
Okay, attempt please.
So, okay, I just feel that like there's a clear difference between being anxious and having an anxiety. Right?
Yeah, correct.
So I feel that if you guys don't know the difference, try to adopt more self-awareness when it comes to you being in any situation. So like what Josh said, so you try to see if it's external or it's more internal factors that is affecting you in feeling that way, and if something can be done that makes you feel a lot more comfortable, then definitely maybe you are feeling a little bit more anxious, right?
You're having anxiety.
But if you the idea behind it is that you must always take steps to try to figure out what's going on and what is wrong with your with yourself and how you're feeling it, and being very conscious with every step that you take, and the effort that's being put into, let's say, fixing yourself in a sense, that matters more than to try to just say like, okay, I got anxiety, and then you just like say, okay, I'm the person with anxiety, let's just chuck it to one side and focus on other stuff. So
Don't
it's
use it
all
as an
about
excuse.
just being very self-aware of the situation that you're in, because right now, after you understand and you analyze, like for example, okay, I'm being anxious, or is it really an anxiety attack, then this way you can take very necessary steps for you to improve and get a lot better. You see, like Josh, he, even though he sometimes has anxiety attacks, he might feel anxious at times, but he's a great MC. He does like interviews with insane like movie stars, like
Ryan Reynolds.
the Ryan Reynolds sounds awesome. So he interviews so many big stars.
Who's the supermodel
He's
again?
in front of so many cameras, but yet on the inside sometimes he feels like very anxious as well, but he still
like,
gets through it.
you know, you brought up the whole Hard Rock Cafe thing, right? So like, I remember that whole experience very differently from you guys.
Really?
So, like, you guys saw, based on what you guys said earlier, a guy who's really confident and bringing everyone together and having a great time. Like, no one probably noticed this, but like, for me, every time I went off stage, I went straight to the toilet.
I noticed that. I thought it was just to like do.
It was not a
eyeliner.
pee. It was not a pee. It was just I get anxious.
Oh.
It may not be an anxiety situation, but like I get anxious, and I'm just like, wow, I'm making a fool out of myself.
What? Huh?
And for me, toilets have always been a safe place for me. Like growing up as a kid, I mean, all of us come from our own kind of trauma, right? So for me, when I was in school, when I feel very uncomfortable in class, or I feel judged, or I feel made fun of, I would just go to the toilet and lock myself in the cubicle for a while until I can just like be able to walk out and be that confident person again. You know, so like, you never know. So like, I'm just gonna use that Hard Rock Cafe situation as you never know what someone's going through. And like, I just went back to the toilet, washed my face, even though I had makeup on. I needed that water on my face, because I know that I just feel better when water goes on my face. So I just did that, tapped myself clean, and just like, okay, Josh, you got a job to do. Go out and do it. You feel completely, because like all eyes are on you.
Yeah.
And it's scary so much. It's scary so much more than people think. And I go out there and I just do my thing. I just let it take over. And then but that's not who I am. I mean, no one walks around like, hey everyone. Well, no one fucking does that, right?
Yeah.
Right? And like anyone that knows me knows that like that is not me all the time.
Yeah.
That's just me when you pay me this amount of money and a microphone comes in, and I'm not being fake, but like I know how to bring everyone together and entertain a crowd and make jokes, and like I can rely on that side of my gift, and I call it a gift now, because sometimes it can feel like a curse where you come out of it and go like, who am I? You know? That's just that, you know? And it takes me a moment when I go to the toilet to just be like, okay, don't go on that high and stay in that high, because when I remain in this adrenaline fueled confident person sometimes, I notice that I will sometimes say things to my own friends who are around that are very insensitive, because I'm at that state. You know, I'm cracking jokes, or I'm like, blah, 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 and I come off arrogant, and I come off this and that, you know? So I need to find myself. So even with my Rami Malek interview, like I asked him, like, how do you find yourself between takes when you're playing Freddie Mercury, who's a whole nother human being, and you're encapsulating all these different character traits? Now how do you find yourself between takes? And then you gotta go back and be that person, you know? Because I have to do that when I host, or when I'm acting, or when I'm performing. Like, I have to go to the toilet and be like, okay, now you're Josh. For like the next 15 minutes, go breathe, hang out with your friends, make sure everyone's okay. If they're having fun, if they want to get them a drink, go get them a drink. You know, like, I gotta be that. I cannot go around the whole night. It's exhausting, you know?
It looked exhausting, but it
Yeah.
was really impressive. I
Yeah.
didn't know you were going through so much.
So try to know where your space is. So like for me, my space is the toilet, and I know I gotta do that because I've learned that if I don't go to my space and if I don't retreat to that place for a while, even for 30 seconds, I can end up offending people because I'm in this like pompous state, you know.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So sick.
So I'm just saying, thank you so much for praising me, but you know that it's nothing is ever just what it seems.
But it makes now it's so much more impressive. Like after knowing what you're going through inside, I'm like, this is what you do for a living.
Because I'm human. It's all in. It's in all of us. It's in all of us. Nothing is ever just what it is.
So sick.
I think it's very clear that like a lot of us sometimes you have a very different perception of other people.
Right.
Because it's like we always see the good side of everyone else. We always see like, oh, they're so confident. Then we think that like maybe in his sleep he's also so confident. Like,
And social media doesn't help, does it?
Yeah.
Yes, exactly,
Right?
Exactly.
So like one thing that I've just started doing, there's this guy that I'm sort of seeing, and he is great in the sense where he has nothing to do with Instagram, doesn't use like social media, and initially I was like, who does that? You know, what are you trying to hide? You know, and then now I'm just like, I actually think that's brilliant because we went on this date, and as we were walking, he was like, hey, give me your phone. I'm like, why? I'm not even using my phone. And he's like, no, I want to just show you how many hours do you think you spend a day on Instagram. Yeah. So you can actually do that now. Yeah. You can check how many hours you spend a day, how many hours you spend a week.
Oh, really?
And at first I was like, it was a couple of minutes, maybe like 2 hours a week or shit. Like 17 hours that I spent.
A week.
A week.
Whoa.
And I'm just like, what?
It's 7.
I had no idea. Like
2 hours.
I had no freaking idea. But you spread it out throughout one day, from like choosing what caption you want to post and what Insta story thing you want to do, and like tagging someone and like going through your own Instagram. Like I do that. I go and watch my Instagram stories over and over. Be like, did I say anything or did I come off a certain way? And all this like stupid shit, which is like funny that I started all this podcast saying that I don't curse, and by the end of it I'm just like, you know, and it's just like, but it's so true that. And if there's like one great thing that I remember from that date was that, you know, like it revealed something about myself, which is strange. Like all of us want to put out and project the best versions of ourselves. None of us want to put out the shitty moments.
That's true.
And very often when we try to show people how vulnerable we are also kind of low key hoping someone would notice. And someone would come over.
Yeah.
Do I need that? Like last night, I had like a little moment where I was feeling very vulnerable, and I was like, why do I need to let people know? What's the point? If someone sends over a heart emoji, is that really gonna make me feel better? You know? I know social media is important. I'm not gonna abandon it. But Josh, maybe like write it to yourself today, and then just go home and sleep. And go watch American Horror Story if you want to. You know, like, and I think little things like that is very important. So what I'm also doing now, I've just started like canceling my notifications from my WhatsApp. So I don't want to have my phone always screaming out for my attention all the freaking time. Hey, this person message. I don't need to do that. Like when I want to read messages, I will open the app, and if there's nothing there, okay, no one texted me, that's totally fine. You know, and if someone really urgently needs to call you, they can call you.
Yeah.
Okay? So protect your space. So this adds to the whole responsibility of taking care of yourself. It is on the same level of drinking water. If you know that you're not good when you're looking at people looking great all the time and looking airbrushed and made-toot all the time and they're traveling all around the world and life is so amazing for these people. And if you don't want to see that, then don't see that, because you know it's not bringing out something good in you. You don't have to unfollow them, but you just don't have to open the app all the time. You know, and if you know that reading text messages all the time is just getting you glued on the phone and you should be focusing on the present, which is wherever you are now, then turn off your notifications. Try it. Really, it's been great for me. Like, just turn off your notifications. You know? Yeah, and I suddenly realized my phone is very quiet now, and I like it that way.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's why also you see I always...
Another excuse, he doesn't reply his phone just simply because...
But like, what's the point? Like, I just spent
exactly.
$2,400 on an iPhone XS Max. I can't even fucking say that name right. What the fuck? And then I pay so much money, $2,400, and then it's causing me so much harm. Really? Really? Like, I'm spending so much of my hard-earned money to have people tell me that, like, they're doing great and I'm not doing so great. Like, and it's all my doing. Let's not get it wrong. It's nothing to do with Apple. It's never technology. It's how we use it. You know, and I still love my iPhone XS Max. It's so weird saying that name. But, like, I'm now using it for myself rather than letting it use me. You know? I'll check my messages when I want to check my messages. I'll read emails when I want to read emails. I'll go onto Instagram when I feel like going on Instagram. I'll post when I want to post, and I'll look at your post when I feel like looking at your post. There's no freaking obligation to do that, you know? And I think sometimes that is very important because suddenly you don't have those people have power over you anymore.
Yeah. I get what you mean.
Yeah.
Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
To control your own, like...
Take care of yourself is what I'm saying. Take care of yourself.
I heard this before. It's called controlling your information intake. It's like food.
Okay, there's a jargon for everything. Yeah.
But I've never thought about that. I checked how much I use. I use more than you.
Oh, yeah.
Because I have like 5 accounts.
Yeah, but I mean, like, if the people that you're following, and you know that the people that you're following, because I mean, like, God knows, maybe there are so many great Instagram accounts that you can follow.
Yeah.
So many great motivational things that like a lot of the people that I follow now are activists, not models. And I like following models as well. People who model. Not people who just take their shirts off just cause. To like tell you that they're damn fit, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I like following models because there's a level of art to what they do. I like the motivational stuff that some of these activists that I follow. And it brings out something good in me. So if it brings out something good in me, then looking at Instagram for how many hours can be as helpful to you as reading a book. Who knows?
We're back. So like, make it as natural as possible. Like, okay. I don't want to. That's why I keep my phone locked. I don't want to see like we're recording. I just want to get to know, because this is me being selfish. Me is me learning about the situation and how to, like, at the end of the day, do mental.
Oh no, there's nothing selfish about that. It's good that you're putting yourself out there. See, like, that's what I mean by self-care as well. Like, if you know that this is gonna benefit you, do it.
Yeah. But
and if it's not gonna harm other people, do it.
It's so hard right now. Like right now, cause the people in like camp are telling me, oh, hey, Sian, you go radio. Hey, Sian, you are famous now.
Well, you don't have to hear that.
Like, I don't want to, but I have to, because they are my like guys, you know.
Okay, then just look at it and be like, ugh. Just like remove yourself
so
from it.
Hard to get.
No, but like, see, remove yourself from it, you know? Sometimes like even like, I mean, I don't know what's a good example, but like, you just remove yourself from it. Just like when people sometimes DM me stuff, you know, it's like I'll just read it and like, oh, okay. Or like I guess I'm just so numb to like getting like YouTube comments, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, and it's such a it's a pro and a con, because I get like a lot of really heartfelt YouTube comments who like people who really enjoy my interviews, and I will write back to them, and I'll offer them the same level of, I'll try to match the sincerity that they've given me, to take time to write out how they feel. You know, I'll answer that. And then there are people who just like say things that just doesn't make any sense at all, and then like, what, am I gonna be like affected every time? No, you know. So, and I'm not even picking and choosing what completely overwhelms me. I'm not gonna let one positive comment be like, oh wow, I'm so great today and I exist because I have purpose and blah blah blah. No, like, I know my purpose. I don't need someone else to tell me my purpose. They're being sweet, they're being kind, and they're sharing that, and they're putting that out to the universe. It just so happens that I'm in like sort of like it's being directed towards me. So great, thank you so much. Here is a thank you. That's it. I'm not gonna take that and be like, oh, I'm gonna hug it like a pillow and like for the rest of my life, because if I do that, that's how I'm gonna treat the hate as well. You know? Or more. Usually it's more. The moment the hate comes in, it plays on your insecurities and it becomes so much more. Just like eject yourself from it and just be like, thank you. Oh yeah, I'm on radio. Great. Smiley face. Poo poo. You know, like, but how do you feel about it? You know, if you're happy you're on radio, then it's your happiness because you were on radio. So you protect that joy. You know?
It's so hard. I'm so used to taking...
It's hard, but it's possible. So let's get to possible.
Okay. I'll try that now.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's just amazing, or like to see people putting themselves in, like, you got like how many thousands followers on Instagram, and like how many people follow what you do. Like, I have this friend Ryan, I told him like, oh, I'm meeting Josh tomorrow. Huh?
the radio guy? I'm like, yeah. Wow, I love him, man. Wow. Every time he talk, I jizz in my pants, that kind of stuff. He, like, how do you take all this? Isn't it overwhelming? I feel like when I put myself out here, like, as someone who talks onto a phone, right? And I upload stuff, like, produce content, right? Like,
see, like, any person who lives in that world where numbers are, like, the biggest thing in the world will look at me like, but Josh is nothing, what? You know, this person has, like, 100,000. Then another person will be like, hey, I have 10 million. Like, there'll be a point where, like, numbers are just numbers. If you want to play a numbers game, nothing will ever satisfy you, dude. Like, you could have, like, 10 people listening to this podcast, and that one person is going to walk away from this feeling like they had a friend today. And this is going to spur thought within themselves, and that they're going to take in their own way and weave it into something for themselves. And that is enough. And that's enough. I don't need 100 people sending a whole bunch of hearts right now, saying, oh my god, so nice, you know, but, like, they never really got anything. I just need, like, 1 or 2, you know, like, or even for, at the very freaking least, ourselves to get something out of this conversation.
Yeah, makes sense.
You know? So, like, that's it. I mean, that's what I live for. And if you live for the numbers, you'll never be satisfied, because you'll just be like, how many more 100,000s can I reach?
It's not the numbers, like, the magnitude, though.
I'm not concerned with that, because how do we live our lives? Like, do we need 1,000 people in a room to feel good? Do we need 20 people in the room to feel good? No, we've enjoyed very often conversations with one other person or 2 other people, and that's how we should apply to how we look at everything else, you know? Focus on, like, what the conversation actually is, rather than, like, how many people are listening all the time. And, like, it's no way to live, guys. It's no way to live.
Maybe my perception is quite bad now. I'm trying to work on it.
It's not bad, you just gotta pivot it.
Yeah. I'm starting from ground zero right now, so anything, I'm just trying to build from what I experienced in the past. I used to be like the Instagram whore, you know, the numbers, like likes and all
that. And I've been there. Of course I have. I there are points where I just wanted to be, like, famous all the time. And why is my photo not getting this amount of likes? And, like, did I do something wrong? And then after a while, I'm like, wait, hold up. This is my life, and I'm letting you guys have a glimpse of it. Is that photo, like, an actual representation of my life? If it isn't, like, and if it's really dolled up and stuff, am I enjoying, like, you know, like, so after a while, just like, it's not bringing out something good in me. Just, like, take a step back, you know. Like, right now I don't even know what to post on my Instagram, and, like, that's fine, you know. It's if it doesn't make you feel good, just eject yourself out of it. And if you can happen to be blessed with a level of, I really actually don't care about this, so I'll just post forever and I get so many 1,000 likes, then it's fine, then great, you're at that place, good, you know. But some of us, it affects us differently, you know. And if it affects you that way, then just eject yourself from that.
That makes sense. That's true.
Is this podcast so serious that, like, you guys did not plan it to be this way? I feel like I'm such a drama.
No. I'm just learning. This is me learning, really. Thank you so much.
Once again, this is just my opinion. Everyone, please, I encourage you to have your own. I encourage you to disagree, and I encourage you to tell me what you think. This is just how I live right now.
Go and follow Josh over at his Instagram. Shout yourself
out. I really need it. I need one more follow-up. Please like the photos. Joshua Simon XL.
Yeah, you want to talk about the music you're going to be... You want to talk about the music you're going to produce soon?
Yeah,
you're going to come out?
Yeah, you haven't told me anything about it.
My music?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
My music is my baby. My album is my baby, and I've worked so hard on my album.
Yeah, talk about it. I'm interested, really.
Well, maybe not now. We can do it another time. Okay, but, like, okay. I feel... I will say this. My album is my journal. It is where I feel happy when I create art.
Damn.
I treat my album like an art piece now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't treat it as this is a vessel for fame. I don't treat it as... now I get to be like the stars that I look up to like fill up some kind of like I didn't get some validation, and it's none of that. This is my art piece that I've spent a lot of time creating, and I created it for me, and it's me. I wrote it. and it's my experiences. And when I hear my album, no one will hear the album the way I hear my album, but I want to share it with people. And if someone can listen to it and get something out of it and can enjoy it, and because I made conscious effort to create an album and craft an album that is a different kind of pop album than you've ever listened to, because that's the kind of artist I am, then great. I don't have a release date yet.
I look forward to enjoying it though. Like,
thank you.
I heard from Jill that she said like we had that reaction like
Jill?
what that we were like whoa,
Jill
that's
hates
my friend.
everything I do.
Really?
No, I'm kidding.
No, and then he was like, you should see him sing. Then you will be like,
She
"What,
said
that's my
that?
friend." Yeah.
Aw.
Yeah,
That's
and I was
nice.
like, what? Yo, yeah, what, he sing, oh? Then I was like, oh yeah, when is his album coming out? You see, that's when I want to find out more.
Okay.
I really look forward to seeing it though. Do you have
Thank
anything
you.
out at all now?
No, I've not put it out yet. I mean, I was gonna put it out, like, I was gonna put the first single out November 2nd, but there's like a record label in Melbourne who's kind of interested.
Oh
So,
Whoa.
but they're also not replying now. So I don't know. I don't know what the situation's gonna be. I don't know if I'm just gonna put it out independently. We'll see. But when it's supposed to come out, it'll come out.
Okay, let us know. Okay.
Let us know,
We're
okay.
waiting. We got 2 listeners already.
Yeah.
Yay!
I
And
think
the million followers on Mental Dumbells.
soon to be million. No lah. Don't let the numbers
I
get to my
think
head. I think we work on
something that I'm pretty interested in is maybe a little bit of like your backstory.
Yeah.
Wow, really? Can I go
Yeah.
pee first?
Go.
Go ahead.
We'll take a break.
I'm drinking a lot of fluids,
Yeah.
guys.
Okay, you want more water?
Guys, we need to pause.
Do we have more Perrier?
No.
Damn it! I want that sparkly fancy water.
Alright, I'll take a break right now. Be back. Okay.
Penis.
Penis. it's like our thing.
To go there.
I think a lot of fun this episode.
Okay.
Yeah.
Quite enjoyable. I like it.
So right, I really would want to know more of your background.
Oh yeah.
Because like, I mean, I think you shared with Sam, but you haven't shared with me yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In what sense? Ask the right question.
Okay, we start out simple first. Do you have any siblings?
I have 2 sisters.
2 sisters. Older.
One older, one younger. I'm the middle child.
Oh, nice. Then younger one, how young?
We're 2 years apart for each of us.
Oh, how old are you?
I just turned 28.
Ah,
And my sister, I guess, would be 26.
nice. Nice.
The other
Okay.
is 30.
Parents right now?
I have a mother and I have a father.
Uh.
My dad is Indian, my mother is Chinese.
Oh, so you're mixed.
My dad is a pastor and my mum works in physiotherapy.
I didn't know that.
Whoa.
Fun fact, update the Wikipedia.
On the Wikipedia. Oh, okay. Then like that, your relationship with your parents, how?
Great.
Great.
Well, we have our own relationship. I don't know what's in comparison to, but we are, I guess I'm closer to my dad now than I've ever been. We've had quite a
Episode.
hard past.
Mhm.
But we are, my dad is someone that I think I can just text about anything to now, which is, I mean, you can't even believe after all that we've been through that now I can get to that point where we can actually just talk. So my dad and I are like that. My mom is a woman of very few words, and it's very like, come home early, you know, have you eaten, and that's fine. That's just my mom, you know, and we are fine.
Oh, I didn't know your dad's a pastor.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Uh-huh.
No?
She's so bored.
No, she's a...
Is it a he?
It's a he.
It's a he. He's so bored.
But
She's
he-
like, oh.
Physiotherapy. Was radio what you always wanted to do since...
No!
Oh, yeah, no. You told me about this story, right? You should tell me.
No, radio was never, ever part of anything that I wanted to do. But it was also everything that I wanted. I just think very often when we set goals for ourselves or we put out dreams into the universe, we put out these like
Signals.
super like dressed up dreams, you know. And I was having a conversation with this singer when I did the Bohemian Rhapsody song in London.
Mm-hmm.
I was having dinner with this guy, and we were just talking about dreams. And he's a singer, and he's like crazy famous, and he has like fans like stalking us at the hotel, which is quite bizarre. And he was like, what are your goals for next year? Or what are your goals for like the next 5-10 years? And I was like, I don't have any goals, which is strange because I used to always be goals. I used to always be the dreaming kid who has like all these different things he wants. I want an Oscar, I wanted this, I wanted that, I want to have an album, I want to go on tour, I want to be super rich, I want to be with this kind of guy, I want to get married at this place and propose at this place. It's just reached a point where I'm just like, I'm going down and dissecting my dreams. Okay. And I'm picking it apart to its raw materials, breaking it down and just asking myself, what exactly do I want? Because you notice with a lot of these singers that, oh, he's enjoying this massage, the face massage I'm giving this dog. You notice a lot with these singers, celebrities that once they have it all, they're never happy, and we never go further than just that statement. But like, why? Because like they have a Grammy now and they're on tour and they're so loved by millions of people. They can tweet farts and people would just like chase after it, you know. And like, what exactly do they want?
Yeah.
You know, and like what I want, right off the top of my head, I want to create from a place of honesty. I want to create from a place of experience where I've lived through something and I want to like turn it into an art piece. I want to do that and I want to put it out. And if people can pick it up in a place where, if I can have a platform that can reach people and there are more number ones out of the hundreds that can pick up what I'm trying to say, great. But I want to do that. I want to eat sushi. I want to be able to go to Tokyo when I want to go to Tokyo. I want to be able to, you know, have space to read, you know, and like suddenly it's not like I want to be a star, I want to be this, I want to be that. So like even if that happens, even if tomorrow like a song I release goes to number one and all these great things happen, I won't think about the Oscar or the Grammy or the number one chart position on Billboard. I'll think of, what did I want? I want to create. I want to eat sushi when I want to eat sushi. I want to be able to go to Tokyo when I want to go to Tokyo. I want to be able to call my friend and not have like, you know, like I'm starting to break things down. Even when it comes to like relationships, it's like, what exactly do I want? I just want to be with someone kind. I want to be able to travel with this person and just be excited to hear what he has to say about what we're looking at, and I want to just be with him. I don't need him to have abs. I don't need him to like have this many followers on Instagram, or I don't need him to like give me a rose in the middle of nowhere and like sweep me off my feet and have me like kick one leg up when we make out, you know. Like I just kind of want someone that I can, you know, just you know, like I'm breaking everything down. I'm breaking my dreams down to like, the hair is getting me like I'm getting a flu from this dog. I'm breaking my dreams down, and it's helping me to like understand what I actually want. Yeah.
Does it make you a lot happier?
Yeah. I suddenly feel like I don't feel like the burden of it, you know?
Yeah.
I don't feel like I need to chase anything. Because suddenly, actually, when you break everything down, the things that you actually want are a lot more attainable than you think it is. You know? Like, my priority now is just to create art. That's it. It's never now to just reach like 1 million fans and followers and whatever anymore, you know? Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
That's what makes you happy now.
Yeah.
I just need, right now I think for me it's just this lot. This makes me happy, so I'm doing it.
Great.
Yeah.
Boom. Why are you doing that? Break that down.
Yeah.
I want to help people, and I think this, like, out of the hundreds of people that are listening, I hope that it at least helps one person, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, and having that idea of helping someone really motivates me to work. Yeah. I call this work, but it's quite a stretch. You're just talking.
Break everything down. Break everything in your life down to its raw materials. Your perceptions of things, the way you look at things, the way you look at yourself. Break it all down.
I think that's... I like that.
I think that will make a lot of things more easier. Like, even with like the anxiety and everything, if you break it down, you'll be...
Yeah. I mean, because like partly you have so much stress on yourself is because you gave yourself so much expectations.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
after everything went to haywire, right? After your slip disc, it went insane, right?
Yeah.
You can never predict what happened to you.
Yeah.
And you can run through like 100 million like simulations, Doctor Strange style, and you'll never be able to like predict the outcome. So you might as well just enjoy it. You might as well just enjoy like the unpredictability of it and just like take care of yourself in the process, you know?
True. Makes sense.
You know, like, God knows if I'll be a superstar tomorrow and tour the world.
Yeah.
You know, and if I don't, then okay. If I do, then okay. You know, because like I know exactly what I want.
Yeah.
You know, and what I want, I can actually just do right now. You know.
That's true. Then in the end, you realize that happiness is just at your back door.
Yeah, it's like
Backyard.
focus on exactly what you're really looking for, because otherwise, just like the phone and the notifications, every achievement that you get will just jump out at you and be like, focus on this, focus on this, focus on the Grammy, focus on the next album that you're supposed to do, focus on this photo shoot because you look hot, focus on this, focus on that. Like, there are all these different things, and then at the end of it, you're just like, what exactly am I happy for? Because everything that's, you know, it's that same thing where like 100,000 people will message you hearts, and then like, what exactly, who do I want the heart from? The hearts are gonna come, but like, who do I want this heart emoji to come from?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, son.
Food for thought.
You're really throwing a lot of food for thought out here today.
I'm very hungry. Are we almost done with this episode?
Yes,
I'm
okay,
gonna
I
eat.
think we-
Honestly, yeah, I think
we'll cut it out.
That was very quick for
Yeah,
me to
that was a
sum
good
it up.
ending.
Okay.
Yeah, and damn, I don't know what to say now.
Yeah, man, guys. Okay, so
I will lighten the mood by sharing with you something that is brilliant about me. One thing that I'm very, 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 very proudful of.
Okay.
I can bark like a dog.
Oh yeah.
You wanna hear it? You wanna see if you react to it? Okay.
What the fuck?
you got a donkey face.
He's like, what the hell, dude?
My cousin.
Who are you? I need to worship you and follow you.
Yeah. Guess we end off with that.
Yeah, man.
Alright.
Alright, guys. Thanks for tuning in on this episode 5. Okay. Josh, thank you very much for coming over.
Really.
We have this thing where we need to finish up our drink.
Yes.
So let's do it. Alright, let's go. Drink it
Cheers.
up. Even though mine is almost finished. Alright, guys. This one is extremely long.
Yeah.
Hope you guys enjoyed it. We will
Really.
leave more description when it comes to what we talk about in the description below. So if you guys miss anything, you want to fast forward to the specific topics.
Oh, you want to try to do that?
Yeah, I think we want to try.
And then from now on, we'll be doing this like mini segments after the podcast. Like we learned a lot of things today, and like we'll be like giving you like a day in a life kind of thing. We'll do like segments like separately.
like small vlogs.
Yeah, small
I guess.
vlogs.
Small vlogs. It's-
of how we implement what we learned today. Maybe
Yeah.
I'll shut off my notifications for the day and tell you how it feels.
Yeah, man. So we really hope you guys listened and learned more about how you'll deal with anxiety and how you should take steps into realizing and be self-aware of yourself and finding out like, oh, is this what I'm supposed to be doing? Because for us, right, we really struggle a lot when it comes to the morning waking up. It's one of my weakest periods also. A lot of negativity floods my mind, and I guess just now what he shared really makes sense. For example, you have a few checklists, like what you should do, what you're gonna do, get up, go and bathe, cold water, cold shower, whatever, get a coffee, something like that. Because I always realize once I leave my house, right, then the negativity just goes away and everything starts flowing through that's more positive. So like just try to get out of bed first. Have a ritual that you do. For example, like bath, say hi to your mom, your dad, anything that you can. Okay, so I feel that being self-aware is always the best thing. Stay tuned for the next episode. We hope that you guys enjoyed what we have to share.
Yes.
This is Arrow signing out.
This Yen signing out.
What's his name?
Junior.
I'm signing out on behalf of John.
Something British.
All right.
Alright, thank you.